gasoline I smell?
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel, guys. I hope you all are doing amazing as always, and it's me, Joe, as always. And today, guys, I want to talk about franchise that is dead for a long time now, and I really think that it needs a resurrection. Now, before we get into it, guys, hit that like button, or if you're new here, consider subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much, and now let's talk about it. And today I want to talk about Nightmare on Elm Street, and I know that for many people, including me, Nightmare on Elm Street is something really special. I absolutely adore Freddy Krueger. I love the guy, and I think that Nightmare on Elm Street has, a really big potential. And the fact that the franchise has been dead for so long, it's kind of sad. The last Nightmare on Elm Street movie we got was obviously the remake, the reimagination of Nightmare on Elm Street, and that movie was. I actually kind of liked it. I thought that it was kind of decent, but it had like a lot of issues. And so, at the end of the day, it's not like a great movie, but it was enjoyable enough. But yeah, since then, nothing. And I would really love to see a resurrection of Nightmare on Elm Street. Just because I think that Nightmare on Elm Street has, almost like an infinite potential when it comes to creativity. Just because you can do so much stuff with Freddy and the dreams, and the kids or like the teenagers being in those dreams, and they are being hunted by Freddy, and all that could look just so cool. And the amount of creativity you can put into all of that is almost infinite. It really is. And I think that if you had like a great director with like a great vision, and a decent studio behind the director with decent enough budget, because I really do think you need like a higher than average budget for a Nightmare on Elm Street, just to have like a real good dream sequences, that are probably like mix of like CGI, practical, and to make it look good, you need like a certain budget to accomplish that. So I know that Jason Blum was talking about, like, some time ago, that he wants to make a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, that Blumhouse would make a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. And honestly, I don't think I'm gonna be honest, like always, I don't think that's a good idea. That Blumhouse would make a Nightmare on Elm Street movie. The main reason why I don't like that is I don't mind their Halloween trilogy, even though I don't think it works as a trilogy. Uh, it kind of works as like individual movies, but as a trilogy, it doesn't work. But Halloween 2018 is still pretty good, so I don't think that Blumhouse is a bad studio by any means. But I think that Nightmare on Elm Street is, some other studio should take care of it. I think maybe a studio like Universal, or maybe even like A24, or like some studio like that. And maybe if you'll get like a great director, maybe I wouldn't even mind if this movie was made by Blumhouse, but I just want a great director with like a vision and like great writers. So yeah, that's essentially it when it comes to like rebooting this franchise. I think you need a good director and a good script. Because again, I don't hate the remake of Nightmare on Elm Street. I know that there are people out there that absolutely hate the remake. They hate how Freddy looks in that movie. They hate the overall story and the characters and all of that. And again, I don't hate the remake at all. I think there are things in the remake that work really well. I think the overall atmosphere of the movie, of the remake, is like really good. It's really dark and mysterious. Like, the atmosphere of the remake is really good. Freddy himself, the CGI just doesn't work. That's definitely something to, to take care of that. You shouldn't have a Freddy with like a CGI face. And I know that in the remake that they only used CGI sort of like partially, but I don't think you want like CGI Freddy at all. I think you should go practical when it comes to Freddy himself. But yeah, at the end of the day, you just need a good studio, a good script, and a good director. Um, just because Nightmare on Elm Street is not like any other horror franchise. Maybe it's similar in a way to, for example, Hellraiser, but Nightmare on Elm Street is just special. Just because you have just because you can do so much. When it comes to the dreams, and how you can approach them, and how you can sort of like build up this really sort of creepy atmosphere. And what I actually really liked was when I read, like, I don't know if it was probably some kind of a treatment for like a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, and I know that it was like made by like a really famous director, but I completely forgot about that, like who wrote it. So if you guys know, let me know down below. But it was this story about, Freddy being just a joke, for people. That these teenagers would fall asleep on purpose just to make fun of him, just to bully him around. Like Freddy is not dangerous anymore. These kids are not in danger anymore. They just want to make fun of him. So I thought that was a really good idea. And then, essentially Freddy, actually kills one of them. He kills one of those teenagers, and then he's like scary again. He sort of like gains back, this fear, this mysteriousness. You know what I mean? So that was like a really cool idea. And again, this is just like one of many that I read. So I think that if you really get like a great director and a great writer, or maybe a great writer director to make a new Nightmare on Elm Street, I think again I think you very well have like a really great hit on your hands. And again, I just really want to see someone great to make a Nightmare on Elm Street remake, or a sequel, or a requel, or whatever. But I just want to see Nightmare on Elm Street again. Just because I love the movies so much, especially the third one, Dream Warriors. It's just like it's the best nightmare ever. Okay. Anyway, guys, that is it for today. I just wanted to talk about Nightmare on Elm Street, and why I just feel a bit frustrated that we haven't gotten a movie in a while, like in a while. So it's kind of frustrating, because like there's like an infinite potential when it comes to reviving a Nightmare on Elm Street. But yeah, guys, these are just my thoughts. Let me know yours down below. And that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care as always, and bye.